it's election day, so but I also need to go and run some run some errands. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna swing by the polling place to see if it's busy. If it's not busy, I'll just vote. Um, if it is busy, then I'm gonna go to the errands first, and then I'll come back and hopefully it will be a little bit less at that point. It's a little bit before. I mean, it's like 10:30 right now, so I assume that now is probably the best time to go. So let's go ahead and head out. Do want to talk about battery storage for the winter because it's getting close to that time. My other electric bike, I actually lost the keys to the battery, so I can't take the battery out, and that's not good because you don't want to store your battery in a so I'm in Wisconsin, unlike you guys in California or whatever, with like, you know, with a much better weather. So I gotta stop riding pretty soon, and I think that's gonna probably be in a week, because next week it's supposed to be back to the 40s. I mean, today it's like 63 right now, which is really very, very nice. But yeah, 40 is way too 40s is way too cold to bike, and it's also way too cold to store your battery in the garage. So I'm not sure what to do. I guess I might email the original seller on eBay. Hopefully they have a free a spare key they can send me, because I really do need to get that battery out of there. Even though it's a shitty e-bike and I have a spare battery, I still want to store the battery. And the same thing for this too. If it's actually gonna be below 40 next week, I'm gonna definitely just take the battery out sometime this week, and just, basically long-term storage at that point. And the reason why is obviously they're not designed to be stored below freezing for a very long time. It just kind of ruins the battery. Obviously, the other thing too is I need to drain this battery enough that it is at resting about right at nominal voltage, like 48 volts. Obviously, I can't tell what that is, but I'll assume that is basically half the charge here. So it's voting day. I'm glad it's finally here, and I can stop getting spam messages, and listening to people talk about their own views, and no one cares. No one cares about me, my views. No one cares about your views. It's just annoying to see people on both sides talk as if like anyone cares, like as if they know what the truth is. The truth is what's in your own part of the country, your own experiences. My truths is probably very different from your truths, but I mean, obviously there's gradients. We can all agree on something, but on the technical detail, on like the more like minute policies, we're not going to agree. And we might agree, but most of the time we're not going to agree, because we all have different experiences, different ways of doing things, different knowledge bases, and that all kind of contributes to how you vote. So vote for who you want, but know that no one cares. Just do what you want. Try not to influence other people, because you could be wrong, and most likely you are wrong, to some degree. And I think the worst thing in the world is to give someone advice and it be wrong. Especially if you give that advice in a very authoritative, stern manner, and then when you get called out for it, obviously people kind of deflect. So I really don't like to give advice to people unless I really feel they're missing a critical piece of information, and even then it's kind of just like, here's information. Yeah, that's it. If for everyone that's basically in snowy regions, it's probably gonna get cold next week. So make sure you get your battery ready, store it, run it down to about half charge, and then store it inside somewhere. Otherwise, in the spring, you might not have a battery. And yeah, you probably don't want that. But yeah, it's pretty windy today. It's probably going to be the last day I can actually ride. I'll ride the rest of this week because it's only going to be in the 50s. Today is in the 60s, but 50s is the lowest I'm going to go. Next week is supposed to be in the 40s, so that's a really cool tree. So I'm definitely not going to ride next week if it's in the 40s. So yeah, I hope everyone votes. Have a good voting day. I do a lot in the market, so I'm pretty light right now. Just kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting for the dust to settle. Alright, that's the voting place right there. Let me just turn off the cam. Alright, have a good voting day, guys. Store your batteries.